So it took Benjamin Netanyahu all of one day to come out against the peace deal with Iran, and now there's this unholy alliance that has come out of nowhere. It's an alliance between Israel and Sunni Arab nations. And of course, they're getting together because they can agree on one thing. Fuck the Shias.
Richard, you had a unique perspective because you were in Israel when all this was being negotiated yesterday, and Benjamin Netanyahu came out with a blistering statement rejecting the idea of even negotiating with Iran, calling it a murderous regime. I'm sure you picked up a lot of information there, as well as from your sources in the region, the Saudis and others who are upset about this. This agreement, provisional as it is not going to go over well with some of America's closest allies.
Oh, it is not going to go over very well at all. And we've had a, as you say, unique perspective because we've been bouncing between the Muslim world and going to Israel. And we're seeing an alliance. Both the Sunni Arab states, the traditionally big U.S. allies, Egypt, Saudi Arabia, Jordan, all saying that this is a bad deal, that the process rewards Iran, and Israel saying the exact same thing. And it is not very often in the Middle East where you have Israel and the Arab world singing off of the same song sheet, but this time when it comes to Iran, they most certainly are. And what they're most concerned about is that this allows Iran to further develop its nuclear capacity, although there will be controls which the Arabs and Israel don't believe will be verifiable, and that it rewards Iran while Iran right now is being aggressive on the ground. It is taking territory through a proxy in Yemen, and the Yemeni government has all been but pushed out of Yemen, is holding just a tiny little piece of Aden, and the fighting there even today has intensified, while there is Iranian-backed militias advancing into Crete with U.S. air power. The Arab world sees this as a moment that Iran is trying to spread its influence and spread its power across the Middle East, and don't want to see the U.S. make some sort of deal with Iran that allows it to have any kind of sanctions relief at this moment.
Nice. So Israel and the Sunni Arab nations are against peace. Got it. Thank you. That's very important information, and I'm happy we now know that. I mean, that's their argument. Are they saying, Clause 6, Area 7, subsection D of the bill, I disagree with that a little bit of the agreement here. I think we should fix it in this way. No. They're not saying that. They're not giving specifics. They're not giving alternatives. They're just saying, no. Oh, you found some way to have peace with the Shias? Gross. No, we don't want that. Okay, so now we know you're the problem. Now we understand. All this time you're warmongering over, Iran's the problem. They say they want to wipe Israel off the map. Oh, they're terrible. They're evil. They're so wrong. Well, here they agreed to peace. The Democrats in the U.S. agreed to peace. But the Republican Party in the U.S., the Likud Party in Israel, and the Sunni Arab nations all agree. We don't want peace. Great, so now we know you're the aggressor. Now you can't play the victim card. Now you can't say, oh, it's them. They're the problem. They agreed to peace, and you are saying no. Now we understand. They go, they don't like that this process rewards Iran. Fuck yeah, it rewards Iran because they're saying no nukes, and the IAEA can come in here and check that and verify that all the time and keep us under constant surveillance, and we only have enriched uranium for power for our power grid and research, and we'll prove it by the IAEA and the UN coming in here and looking through everything. You're damn right you reward that. Of course you reward that. Of course you drop the sanctions. And of course, by the way, you should get closer to Iran. You don't need to be an all-out ally with them across the board, but you should be closer to them for purposes of fighting, ISIS, the marauding savages who are working their way through the desert. Yeah, I get it. The Shias are not angels, right? They're not, I'm not going to sit down and fucking have tea and crumpets with them on a Saturday and watch some TV. I get it. But if I'm picking between the lesser of two evils, and by the way, I'm not talking about us giving them weapons or anything like that. I'm just saying if I'm watching the fight between ISIS and Shia rebels, who am I rooting for? Let me think about it. Which group has global ambitions way more so than the other one? And which group is more contained and you can work with? Of course the Shias are more contained. Of course you can work with them more. Of course they're not as big of savages as ISIS, who are Sunni fundamentalists and are telling you we want a caliphate. We are jihadists. This is non-negotiable. We're going to behead everybody in fucking sight. The Shias are bad. They're doing a lot of bad things when they retake towns and stuff like that. Nobody's denying that. But are they as bad as ISIS? Fuck no, they're not. So, they're just admitting to us here. Well, we don't want peace. Well, thank you, Israel. Thank you, the Sunni Arab nations. Thank you, Republicans here at home. Hey, guys, we finally found an area where Republicans in the U.S. and Israel actually agree with Sunni fundamentalists. What are the name of the Sunni fundamentalists again? There's ISIS. There's Al-Qaeda. Should I continue? No, they literally agree with each other. They do. No matter what, don't do any business with the Shias in any way, shape, or form. No peace with them. We don't want peace with them. It doesn't matter what the terms of the deal are. You want me to give you the terms of the deal again? Here, I'm going to do it again. So everybody understands that we're not just talking here in a vague, abstract way. They say they're going to abide by it, and there's no verification process, and we don't know the details of the deal. Quote, Iran has agreed to reduce by approximately 2/3 its installed centrifuges. Iran will go from having about 19,000 installed today to 6,104 installed under the deal, with only 5,060 of these enriching uranium for 10 years. All 6,104 centrifuges will be Iran's first-generation centrifuges, which are primitive, which cannot enrich to bomb levels. Iran has agreed to not enrich uranium over 3.67% for at least 15 years. You need to enrich to 90% to get a weapon. They're enriching to 3.67%. Iran has agreed to reduce its current stockpile of about 10,000 kg of low-enriched uranium to 300 kg of 3.67% low-enriched uranium for 15 years. Iran has agreed to enrich uranium at its Fordo facility for at least 15 years. To not enrich uranium. So in other words, they're shutting down one of their facilities, the Fordo facility. They say the IAEA will have regular access to all of Iran's nuclear facilities. Inspectors will have continuous surveillance of Iran's centrifuge rotors and bellows production and storage facilities for 20 years. Iran's centrifuge manufacturing base will be frozen and under continuous surveillance. And all we have to do in response is slowly lift the sanctions once they prove that they're complying with the deal. To be against this, you either need to be retarded or you just want war. There's no other options.